Okay, there's no copyright on this picture. No disclosure was given, so therefore I cannot be sued. Just letting you know up front. I want you to notice one thing on this flag, the X right there. That is the war on the two twin soul female souls. That's what it is. The X generation is under attack. These people want to kill the X generation and then eventually kill everybody. Taking guns. A gun doesn't have feet, okay? It has to have a crazy person in order to do that. Now, what is their idea of a crazy person? Well, pretty much anybody that doesn't agree with the left, which is not a real definition. They're trying to say that I'm crazy, okay? Donald Trump is crazy. Let's have him psychologically evaluated, okay? So here we have a bunch of paid, George Soros paid people standing out, you know, in Florida's capital, and they're protesting against schools. Now, what's really happening is they're trying to militarize your schools because they want to steal your kids. This is the reality of it. So not only do they get rid of guns, but they get to militarize your school. What is Donald Trump saying? Hey, fine. Let's let the teachers defend. We don't want police. We don't want all that stuff. It takes too long. So he's very smart. If you're going to have school safety, let the teachers, pay them extra money. Let's do some weapons training. Teach them how to, you know, to defend from violent children. Okay? So there's a lot of other factors in the school shooting that we weren't told. People coming out saying that there were police shooting. There were multiple shooters. We're not being told the facts. This is just the left trying to push their legislature and their agenda, even though there's a president that is against them. So what they're really willing to do is kill children in order to get their agenda pushed. And then pretend like they love children. So not only do they kill children, their agenda is to take away your guns and to militarize your schools. And that's all this is all about, guys. So it's about nothing else but that. And if you want to call this bullying, if you're on my channel and you're not of the right, please leave my channel. I am not forcing you to watch my videos. Okay? I didn't come to your house. This is my house. Okay? I don't come to your house and bully you. This is your choice. If you want to watch this, then you're going to hear the truth. If you don't like the truth, don't watch my videos. Okay, period. And there's nothing violent about this. I don't want you on my channel. Period. Okay? I don't like harassers and stalkers and people that just have nothing to say but a bunch of red flags and violence on my channel. I am about peaceful non-conformity. And I'm telling you, the old law is the law. God's law is the law. God gave weapons to Moses. God wants his people to have the weapons, not Satan's people. This is an agenda to give the weapons to Satan and to take them from you. And this is a spiritual battle. This is against God and Satan. And it's easy to see Hollywood is nothing but left. They're all left. Everything that violates our child's minds is all left. Every bit of it. And the left is Satan. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I'm just trying to break it down clearly. It's Saturnian, whatever you want to call it. It's left brain mentality. Okay? These are all left brain people that are going straight to Hell because they're betrayers. They're taking money. They're Judas Iscariots. They're getting paid to protest. Jesus is getting his revenge. But guess who's in jeopardy? Our children. So I have an obligation to stand up for God the Creator and say, protect our children against a militarized school zone to where the children can't even have a gun to defend themselves after the people plan on killing and imprisoning their parents. Once they imprison their parents, Then the 21-year-old, you got to be 21 to have a gun. How many children are 21 in school? Not many. Okay, that's college. They don't plan on keeping college students alive. They want your babies. That's what they want. And there's a lot of big brothers and big sisters out there that are willing to grab a gun if they try to steal your children in the schools and go and defend them from these criminals. Okay, these pedophiles. And they want to even disarm your children. Look, I was raised with a daddy and a mommy. My daddy taught me the responsibility of a gun. I know the law. God's law. It's only for defensive purposes. Like when somebody comes on my property at 4 o'clock in the morning with a military-style weapon, then I have the right to defend myself. Period. You all have the right to defend yourself. If a police officer says that you can't defend yourself, he is breaking the law. Period. He is following orders of the Democrats, the left. And that is unacceptable when we have a Constitution of the United States that he swears to. You can't swear to a Constitution and then betray it. You can't. I love my brothers and sisters, police officers. I'm trying to tell you the truth. You can't betray God's law. You cannot. You can't serve a corporation instead of the human beings. That a corporation is a dead entity. It's Satan's house. You don't want to serve a corporation and then destroy the human beings. When the corporations have every agenda to kill as many Americans as they can to conquer this country. Period. This is they've conquered everything else, the global elite. They want to conquer America. We can't let it happen. The whole world depends on America in our protection. Okay? We've had some very, very bad Nazi-style presidents. And finally, we have someone that I pray to God he's not a Trojan horse. Especially when I read about Donald Trump going after the video games. Okay? All the things that our children have in their lives is designed for violence, programming, psychotropic drugs, violent movies, violent video games, and the school system's telling them that disrespect your parents. Forget about your parents. You're smarter than your parents. Why? How are you smarter than your parents? Because you can use a computer? That means that you're dumber. Because we got things done without computers. We didn't need to depend on a machine to add 2 plus 2. We could do it in our brain. We didn't need a car that brakes itself, drives itself, stops itself, parks itself. That is ignorance. And it's a fact that society is getting weaker and weaker mentally and physically. That's why there's so many rules in football now. And that's why they got all these football players on steroids, to cover up the fact that their skeletal structure, their muscular structure is weaker than it used to be. They were much tougher 40 years ago, guys. Way tougher. Okay? All right. Thanks for listening. I love you all. Please, don't let these George Soros paid people change your Constitution. It's very important that you are able to defend yourself in case the Democrats control the judges, the Senate, the Congress, and the politicians. It is very important that you arm yourself to the hilt, just in case they come for your children. They steal your food and your water. You're going to need it, because we don't have a government anymore. We have a central banking system. And the closest thing that we've ever had to a government, the power structure hates, which is Donald Trump and his staff. And they're dismantling it piece by piece. And now they're taking away our freedom of speech, our Second Amendment, our Fourth Amendment, our First Amendment. They're violating God's law on every front. Please speak up. Please have courage and fight like we do. And don't be silent. And do not conform. Peaceful non-conformity is how you win this. Not with guns. I promise.